And Michael Johnson was a team leader. He outranked me by about 2 months. So
Huh?
that's great.
That,
Excuse me. Yeah,
oh, I was just laughing how the rank works.
yeah.
Yeah.
2 months. It can be
Yeah.
one day. It doesn't matter.
Really? Wow. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the nature of things. But really, it's a good thing. But anyhow, so he was driving. I was a passenger. And at November 1, where we were, November 1's the launch control facility, and all the missiles surrounding area are all November missiles in our little squadron. You have Kilo not far away, Oscar, Mike, Lima, all the way down the phonetic alphabet, and and that's our emblem for
Missile
44th Missile
Squadron.
Security
Yeah.
Squadron. Yeah, and so anyway, we get everything issued and vehicles rolling, and we go out the gate and down the end of the road and turn left on a clay road. And these clay roads go from one state to the other, just as straight as an arrow on clay.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Mm.
But at the corner, turn left. Next corner, turn another left. And we were approaching Highway 79. So and that was about, I guess it's about 3 miles up to Highway 79. So as we're approaching, you're kind of like down in a little valley kind of thing. It's a prairie, so you have these ups and downs, and all the roadbeds there, like highways, are built up a little bit on a bed. So I guess so, snow and so forth will run off of them as it melts or as
Hmm.
it's plowed. And so as I approached, we got up to Highway 79. The road it went up to 79. I just happened to look over at about the 4 o'clock position in where November 5 would be as a crow flies, about 5 miles away. And I honestly see this glow from the ground. It looked like a sun sitting there. I mean, I was like, Michael, you see that? I said, you see that? I said, that's the color that I said, that's that thing that was in the air. He's like, it freaked him out. He oh
Now,
man,
would this be this image here?
that would be it, but
Yeah.
not yet, but not
Okay.
there yet.
All right.
And
Yeah. Uh-huh.
so anyway, we turned right. As we turned right, of course, that 4 o'clock position came to about my 2 o'clock position, because we're up on a rise now on top of the plateau heading down toward Newell, which was about, I guess, about 8 miles, 7 maybe 8 miles to the stop sign. In Newell, there's one stop sign and there's one traffic light, and that's it. Literally, that's it, and it still is today. Um, so as we got to the stop sign, of course, as we went down the hill, I kind of lost sight of the glow, and I kept saying, "Man, that's that same object, or that's that same glow." He he really couldn't even speak, and we'd never worked together before. This was our first time together ever. So, what I've been working with him now, it's 6 hours, and that's just the way vacation relief went. You came out and worked a cycle or a tour of duty as vacation relief, and then you went back to your normal flight. That's what it was called. So when we got to the stop sign, can't see it, and I'm wondering, what is this? What is that? I mean, I just kept saying it to myself. I hope it's whatever it is gone. I hope. So the road, as we turn right on the Orman Road, you can look it up on Google Maps. Orman Road, ORMAN. It goes out. It goes to the right, and it's about a mile and a half, and then it doglegs to the left, and it drops off back onto clay again. And when we rounded that corner, that November 5 picture you just popped up there a minute ago, that object was sitting on top of that missile site about 5 foot in the air.
So was it sitting like it shows here in the image?
It
And by
was.
the way, I'm going to
It
have
did
these
not.
images in show notes.
It did
Um,
not. It did not make contact with the ground. It was sitting about 5 to 10 feet off the ground.
and
Sitting.
so was it like a sphere?
It was just as you see it right there. It looked like a mini sun. And
Mm.
that movie that Travis Walton is in, that they made, that Fire in the
Oh
Sky.
yeah. Hmm.
That's the color that thing emanated. It was as if it had a gaseous exterior on it. There's no hard edges. There's no leading edges, or any metal, or any insignias, or anything that I could see while I could look at it, because it was so bright that it was extremely difficult to really try to focus on, and to get lost in that thought of looking at it. Thank
Was it lighting up the whole area like day?
Absolutely. Oh, yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
It lit up everything. And you see where in that picture where we positioned our vehicle, which was at a 45-degree angle, which was a normal response angle. And that little line in front of it, that's a cattle crossing gate, which is
Oh
still
yeah.
there today.
Mm-hmm.
And that distance from that cattle crossing gate to the main gate of the launch facility is only about 25 yards. It's very close. But that object was so large, if I can just say this, that when I pull myself out onto the windowsill of that F-150, well, I'm going to back up a little bit. We pulled up there, and it was so bright and overwhelming that I think I don't know. I don't know. I should say this, but you could close your eyes and you could see this thing behind your eyelids. It was that bright. It was like a welder's light.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden, it was all in one motion, as if, and our windows are up. You know, we're in full blown parkas. I've got my M16 right here between my legs, and I'm just sitting just like this. I had one mitten on, and I had my mag light, and all of a sudden, it got so bright in that truck that you couldn't even really look at the dashboard. This is an F-150 Ford, dark blue exterior and blue interior. You know, the old vinyl interior that they had on them then. And
Mm-hmm.
all of a sudden, all the oxygen and everything in that vehicle was like it was just pulled up and out of it. And I remember I looked at Michael Johnson, and he was like in a glow. He's to my left as he was driving the vehicle, and he was stuck to the wheel just like this. He never looked to me or looked to his right. He never looked at me. He never said anything, to my knowledge.
Now, just pardon me for 1 second.
Yep.
Did you get on the horn and on the radio and radio this thing in?
I don't think I did. I don't think I
Wow.
could.
Hmm.
All I wanted was relief. All I
Hmm.
could think of was, please release me from whatever this is that I'm involved in. I mean, the feeling of pressure, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm shaking now. The feeling of pressure and no air in my lungs, and I was extremely athletic. And all I knew to do was ask for relief. And why this came upon me, I do not know. I rolled that window down of that F-150 Ford truck, and we had these big Western mirrors, this big aluminum looking
Oh
mirror
yeah.
on the side of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I had my mag light in my right hand, and I lifted myself up, and I reached up, grabbed the blue bubble on top of the vehicle, our response blue lights,
Mm-hmm.
and I pulled myself out on that windowsill. I couldn't get out of the vehicle. Normally, nothing would frighten me like that. And I pulled myself out on that windowsill, and I flashed my flashlight at this thing just like I did back at the site. That's all I knew to do. I did that, just click, 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 and I slid back down on the seat. And all I was asking for relief is what's in my mind. Please stop. Please stop. That's what I was in my mind, what I was saying to myself. Because I didn't know how much longer I could stay with my wits about me, or stay awake. I felt as if I was just going into a tunnel or something.
Now I'm surprised that I know you have to go up. You said you had to pull up at a 45-degree angle and all that, but I'm surprised that the driver Mike didn't like try to retreat.
He was as if he was frozen. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
the last thing he said to me was whatever back at Highway 79 when I said, I think that's that object over there. He said, whatever.
Huh.
That was the last thing he said to me. He didn't speak another time, and there's still hours that we can discuss here. But so I asked this thing to stop or for relief, and I sat back down in the seat, and I rolled my window up. I'll never forget it. I rolled my window up, and it was as if tunnel vision just closed in on me, and I just did my head like this, and I sensed something, and I turned to my right as if like slow motion, and I'm seeing something like as in a tunnel, and I saw these four beings that were coming from the passenger side of this vehicle.